Good morning, artists. We are going to be talking about time management. So really the big problem is there's not enough time in the day, right? But the thing is, we all have the same amount of time. We're all dealing with the same constraint. We have 24 hours. We're probably productive, according to statistics, like 81% of today's workforce is actually only productive for 3 hours. So you kind of think about that for a second. How much are you actually productive? So when we think about how much time we have, again, we're going 24 hours a day. We're probably at work for 8 hours. And then, and I do the air quotes because that's the designated time, typically from 9 to 5, right? So that's the designated time. But in reality, a lot of us work a lot longer than that. But do we actually use our time effectively? And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about a little bit today. So on the blog on February 22nd, I'm releasing a free little guide about using your time and some techniques that I actually implement on a daily basis to ensure that I use the most of my time. Because I've only got 24 hours and I can guarantee you I sleep 8 hours every day. Okay? So I have to get my 8 hours. So it's very important to me. When we talk about time, it all boils down really to priorities, okay? So when we talk about priorities, that goes back to goals. And if you've followed me for any period of time, you know that I'm extremely goal-oriented, and goals are what you need to do in order, or to have, in order to use your time effectively. So when we think about that, let's pause for a second. I want you to write down, type it in the comments, whatever, type it in, write it on your piece of paper. What is your goal for today? Just narrow it down to today. So that's what is that one thing that you need to do today to move your business forward? Okay, so write that down. All right, cool. Okay, so now you know exactly what you need to do today. Now let's break that down into what little components do you need to have done to do that job, right? So let's throw some specifics at this. Today, my goal is to get my statistics done for my website and social media and all that stuff to ensure that I've been doing my job well over the last month. Now, this is a task that I really don't enjoy. I mean, seriously, you're going to Google Analytics, you're going to Facebook, you're going to Pinterest, and just looking at numbers. It is boring as all get out. But it's necessary in order to see if I'm achieving my overall goal, which is to increase the amount of viewers on my website, which then turns into conversions, which means income. See how that kind of plays? So today, my little bitty step is to take a look at my statistics. So not fun, but there's two techniques to doing things that are not fun, right? Because I would rather be painting. I've got 6 paintings. I need 7 paintings I need to be working on right now. And instead, I'm looking at my statistics. So I don't want to be spending all day doing this, right? But it's the least favorite thing to do, right? Okay, so here are the 2 techniques to employ right now for your time management, okay? One of them is called Eat the Frog. Okay, this goes back to Mark Twain actually came up with this scenario where you eat the frog every morning. And what that means is you've picked the most disgusting thing to do right fresh in the morning, because after that, everything's gravy, right? So you're going to find that one task, which for me is my statistics. I'm going to eat that frog, get her done, and move on, right? So that's the least favorite thing. So that's the first technique. Eat the frog. All right, so think about that for a second right now. What do you need to do today that you do not look forward to at all? Get it done. Get it out of the way. Get it off your mind so you can go do what you really want to do, okay? Number 2 technique. This is called a Pomodoro. Pomodoro technique is basically where you're going to set a timer and do the work during that timer. And so I have an app that's called Focus Keeper, and then I have another app that's called Insight Timer. And so with Insight Timer, it's pretty cool. It plays some binaural beats. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but binaural beats. So it's kind of just ambient noise to fill up the space, but not detract my attention away from anything. You can also use classical music and just set it on a timer for 25 minutes. And so during that 25 minutes, you are 100% focused on what you need to focus on. That's the Pomodoro technique. At the end of those 25 minutes, you're going to take a 5-minute break. And it's important that you actually take that 5 minutes, get up, walk around, do something different, and then come back to your task if you haven't already finished it. Because frankly, you're going to be surprised at how much you can get done in 25 minutes. Because this is something I do also for social media, because creating all the images and stuff, it actually takes a lot of concentration, and it takes a lot of, time. But it seems like freaking forever, but it's really only 25 minutes. You can do anything in 25 minutes. This is also a technique that I employ in my oil painting classes whenever we do our warm-up exercises. So I'll set a timer. You got 25 minutes to paint an apple. Go for it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, pitch it. Who cares? You spent 25 minutes on it, right? So that's the Pomodoro technique. Again, you take 25 minutes and you just 100% focus on that particular task for those 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break, come back to it, 25 more minutes, take a break, 5 minutes. And if you want to increase your time just to get that frog eaten, take it to 50 minutes. Take it to an amount that you're comfortable with, but the important thing is you have to take breaks. Those breaks are those opportunities for your brain to relax and let in new information, and then release that new information into the task at hand. So I hope you found this useful. Again, you can go to my website, stephanieweaverartist.com, click on the free resources, and that's where you're going to find the blog post and a whole bunch of other free resources available to you to help with your art and your art business. So again, today, eat the frog, do that worst thing that you really don't enjoy, and number 2, use the Pomodoro technique. And those 2 things will get you started maximizing your time so that you can get to the easel and the things you really want to do. Until next time, stay safe, happy, and healthy, and happy creating. Bye, guys.